Hello guys, welcome to my video on how not to be addicted to World of Warcraft. Now, that sounds very simple, but really, it's not that easy. World of Warcraft is a really addictive game, and literally everything in the design of World of Warcraft, from the quest to the interaction to the PvP, just to everything that happens when you log in on a day-to-day basis, is designed to keep you hooked, to keep you coming back, and to keep you paying that monthly subscription to make Blizzard the monies. So why is it so addictive? I mean, everything, like the design of the game, the quests, the farming, the leveling, it's designed to take time. But over that time, you get constant rewards, whether that's the flashy effects that you enjoy, the sounds when you hand in a quest, you get a little item, you might farm a boss for ages with your guild, but eventually you kill it, you get the loot from that. The sense of achievement is massive, it gets your adrenaline going, and it feels like you've really accomplished something in your life when that happens. From leveling a character from 1 to 100, that's a massive accomplishment, and you become attached to your character along the way, as if it was like a pet or something like that, which is normal, everyone does that. So you can end up giving a massive investment, like emotional investment and time investment into your World of Warcraft play, and that just builds up this relationship and makes it really hard to kind of let go of that. Almost as if you were leaving a relationship with somebody, or if your pet was to pass away or something like that. It feels bad, and it feels hard when you have to spend time away from World of Warcraft, and this is normal. Personally, I was addicted to World of Warcraft for years. I've been playing it since vanilla. Currently I'm 23 now, so that's like when I was 13, 12, and at that kind of age you're very impressionable, and these things take a big toll on your life. I mean, I was telling my friends that I didn't want to come out, that I was busy. During the summer holidays at school when I had so much time, I was literally playing this game day and night. Go to bed 4 in the morning, I'd get up again at 8, I'd eat as quickly as I could, jump back onto the game. If I ever got asked to do anything, if a mum ever said, "Oh, do you fancy making tea," whatever, I'd be like, "Oh," it'd be the worst thing ever, because I'd needed to spend that time on the game. I was making myself so tired, like ill sometimes, just so I could literally play this game. I wasn't meeting up with my friends, and as a result you become more distant. It had a really bad effect. But slowly over time you do start to feel like you can put the things that are important in the way, and get rid of your addiction, as it is. So there is some really good videos out there on what specifically makes World of Warcraft so addictive, so you can try and look at those things and analyse and understand from your perspective what is it that makes you addicted to World of Warcraft personally, because it won't be the same for everybody. I'll put a link in the description to a video by a guy called Danger Dolan, and he's done a really good video that kind of outlines some of these psychological effects of World of Warcraft and why it's so addictive. So if you have a look at some of those videos and some other online articles that I'll put some more links in the description. Hopefully after you've had a read of those you can kind of understand why it is that you may be addicted to World of Warcraft. So let's kind of move on with how you can get yourself away from that if you're wanting to distance yourself from the game. So I think at the beginning it's really important to understand your personal situation. It doesn't matter what anybody else is going through. If you're thinking about one of your friends that may be addicted and you want to give them some help, try and think about things from their perspective. So first of all, if it's for yourself, you need to ask yourself, do you think you're addicted to World of Warcraft? If somebody was looking at your life from the outside, would they say, "Man, this guy is so addicted"? Or would they just say, he loves the game, it's fine. If he wants to play that for 19 hours a day, he can do that. So once you've established that you are addicted, it's important to be really honest with yourself, and you don't have to tell other people about it. You can just say, look, say it internally, vocalise to yourself, look, I think I'm addicted, what can I do about it? So it's important to kind of look at your life and just kind of think, are there things that are missing in there? Do I not have a big group of friends? Do I not have things going on such as studying? Do I not have a job? Is it things like this, because World of Warcraft is perfect at filling those gaps and making things feel like they're fine, because it's a form of escapism. You can jump into World of Warcraft, you've got friends there, you've got things to do, you've got goals, you've got accomplishments. It ticks that box. But it's all artificial. It's important to remember that. And this video, by the way, isn't to bash World of Warcraft. I do still love and play the game, but I just feel like I've got a healthier relationship with it now at the minute. So once you've kind of accepted that you may be addicted yourself, steps you can take, you can go So let's talk about like the small steps you can take. So if you, for example, understand that what's keeping you hooked to World of Warcraft could be, for example, the social interaction that you get, how easy it is to speak to people. People pop up when you're questing. You know, you've got a guild. It's really easy to speak to people because you're behind this persona, which is your character, which isn't you. Um, so if it's a social interaction, you know, you can do little things in the real world that can help you feel better about yourself outside. So try, if you've got friends, try to go meet up with them more. Do things, get yourself out there. If it's the little challenges, if you find that every time you hand in a quest, every time you do a certain goal, get to like another level bracket, whatever. If it's those little challenges that are keeping you hooked, then try to put little challenges in your real, in your real life. For example, that might be to get a better job. It might be to kind of decorate a room. It could be literally anything. But what helped for me sometimes, and it might sound really stupid, but you don't have to let anybody know that you're doing it, is turn little things into your everyday life into little quests. It sounds really stupid, but it could be, for example, you might be sat playing your game, your house might be an absolute mess. You could think, right, well, I'll do something, a bit of a quest. I'll set myself a quest. So I've got to wash up, and I'm going to do it before 12 o'clock. Okay, so it might be like 10 o'clock. You might think, right, I'll wash up before 12. That'll be a little quest. I can do that. Make myself a brew, get something to eat, come back, and I can play Warcraft for a bit longer. You've got something done. You might not have done those pots for, a couple of days, whatever, until your girlfriend comes home, your mum or dad come home, bollock you for not doing the pots. You can get things done. A big one that I found is when I was in school and high school, college and university, studying was like the worst thing ever. Like, I did not want to study. I'd have World of Warcraft there in front of me and I'd say to myself, right, I'm going to go upstairs, I'm going to do some studying, I'm going to get an hour's worth of studying done, then I'll play on World of Warcraft. And lo and behold, I'd go upstairs, turn my computer on to study, I'd find myself on World of Warcraft and I think, shit, I've got an exam coming up in like a couple of weeks, I should really be revising. And it was so hard to try and get myself off Warcraft and study, because studying was so boring compared to all the fun that I could be having in World of Warcraft. So it got easier as I went from school to college, from college to university. It got easier to kind of say to myself, look, be realistic, you've got an exam, that's what's important. Get yourself off World of Warcraft, do an hour studying, you can go back on it. So take little steps, come off World of Warcraft, even if you keep it open and logged in, so you can do things like, dailies, which aren't that big anymore, but you might be on with your garrison. Keep yourself logged in, have your garrison open, but get some studying up as well. You won't concentrate as much as you should be doing, but at least you're doing something. Get half an hour studying done, go back on it again. Take those little steps, and slowly you'll start to realise that you're getting more from your studying than you are from World of Warcraft, and you'll start to feel good about yourself, and it should become easier over time. If you aren't studying it currently, then do something different. If you've got a pet, go take your dog for a walk. See how happy they are when you've taken them for a walk. See how good you feel. You've done some exercise, you've got a bit of fresh air, your dog's happy, you feel better. You feel better than if you would have done if your dog sat there needing a walk and you're sat there on your ass playing World of Warcraft, not getting anything accomplished. If you're not studying, if you've not got a pet, just even try and play a different game. If you've got everything done in your life and your life's fine, but you still find you hooked to World of Warcraft, just play a different game, because that can help to put it into perspective. World of Warcraft is so massive, and literally you don't need to play any of the games if you've got World of Warcraft. But just give yourself that time to play something else. Even if it's on a console, whatever, do something different. You might think of World of Warcraft differently in the end. You might think, man, I spent so much time on that game, but things are boring. You might be sick of grinding, you might be sick of your garrison, which pretty much everyone is. You can find fun elsewhere, and that can help you feel better as well. So there's bigger steps. If you're really serious about this and you're saying to yourself, no, I'm addicted, I need to quit, go cold turkey, cancel your subscription. And bear in mind, you can still play until the end of your current paid month, but you start to kind of feel, well, personally, I felt when I've quit for studying, for example, in the past, you may be halfway through a month of play time. You cancel your subscription, but you've still got, say, 15 days to play. But when you do play on those days, you kind of think, well, this is a bit pointless, because I might be trying to achieve something, but in 15 days I'm not going to be able to benefit from that anymore. So what's the point? And again, it helps you get some perspective on the game. And you might be thinking, well, really, does it matter if I've got this reputation to exalted? Does it matter if I've got like a full fresh set of PvP gear? It doesn't really. It really doesn't matter. You can go even further. You know, if you find you're starting to think, oh well, it is pointless playing, uninstall the game, and that just severs that connection that you've got with it, that relationship that you've got with your characters. You know, it's got a bit of less of an impact now, but people used to suggest deleting your characters, and you can still do it, although you can bring them back now. I think you can only bring one back every 30 days or something, every 10 days or something like that. So you could delete all your characters, delete your main, whatever. That can help to sever that connection and make you start thinking about other things other than World of Warcraft. Because you can bring your characters back, you could try things like giving away all your gold, give away your items, and again it just severs that connection even more. And it makes, if you do come back, if you do after a few days start thinking, oh no, I really miss World of Warcraft, well, you can start to think, well, but I don't have any gold, I don't have any, you know, gear. It makes coming back a real pain in the arse, and that can make it easy to kind of say goodbye to World of Warcraft. And because you're giving things to other players, it kind of passes on your legacy in a way, so that can make you feel good. Now, if you're seriously addicted to World of Warcraft and you can't get yourself off it, nothing's helping, then do, you know, try speaking to a therapist. Now, video game addiction is a serious thing. It happens. It's nothing to be ashamed of, because many people go through it at some point in their lives. So go speak to a therapist, get some actually proper psychological help. Now, although these tips may help, you know, think, well, who is this guy? I'm not a doctor. I have been to uni and got a psychology degree, so I understand some aspects of video game addiction, but no, I'm not a doctor. Go and speak to someone properly, professionally, and hopefully that will help you. So I understand this video has been a bit of a rabble, but I did just want to get a video out there about addiction to World of Warcraft and just kind of get people talking, because that's one of the big things that can help you, is just talk about it. Talk about it with your guild if they'll help you, if they won't judge you. You know, you should have somebody, hopefully, that won't judge you. You know, it could be a parent, it could be a best friend, it could just be anybody, some random person on some random forum somewhere. But just talk about it if you feel like you're addicted, and it can help you to make those first steps to, you know, getting a hold of and getting a more healthier, positive relationship with World of Warcraft. Like I say, personally, I've quit many times in the past over the 10, 11, whatever years of playing. I've quit probably 10 times, but every time I have quit, it's helped me to come back with a fresh perspective on things, with things that are more important, more worthwhile and more fulfilling in my real life. And that just helps you kind of have a more positive relationship with the game and really understand what's important to you in life. So please do have a look at some of the resources below. You will find them interesting, hopefully, and they hopefully will give you a bit more of an understanding about yourself and your relationship with World of Warcraft. Sorry again for rambling on. If you are addicted to World of Warcraft, I do wish you the best of luck in getting to grips with it and hopefully breaking that addiction. I wish you all the best. I've been Lazy Beast, thank you for watching. And if you've got any advice for anybody that might be watching, please do post in the comments below, or send me a message if you want to speak to me privately. I'll be happy to, you know, discuss things with you, give you a bit of help if needs be. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.